Putin wants to seize neighboring territories. We need to talk about security guarantees for Ukraine. Scholz.
Here's a summary of the article.
According to the German Chancellor, it is also about being ready to ensure security when Russia's war against Ukraine is over. He has stressed that it is out of the question to somehow freeze the war and legitimize the Russian invasion, as some parties are calling for. The Russian president clearly wants to absorb some neighboring territories. He has such a plan for Ukraine, and it is quite obvious that this is also his plan for Belarus, Scholz said. That is why, as Scholz stressed, it is important to support Ukraine and have a solid conversation about security guarantees. And that is why it is important to make it clear that we will support Ukraine as long as it takes, and that we will not accept an imposed peace. Russia must withdraw its troops, he added. Background. A meeting of the heads of state and government of Poland, France and Germany in Paris discussed Ukraine's aspirations for NATO membership and security guarantees from the Allies. Polish President Andrzej Duda called for Ukraine's admission to NATO, while Emmanuel Macron and Olaf Scholz were more cautious and spoke of security guarantees.
This post received a score of 6,900, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
We can't guarantee Turkey will agree to let Ukraine join NATO in a timely fashion, so realistically we just have to get the EU, UK, USA, Canada, or as many are willing to sign our own document saying that we are extending full mutual defense to Ukraine and will retaliate with full force against any aggressor who breaks the peace. We keep it secret, and as soon as Russia agrees to a ceasefire we get all the country leaders to sign it and talk about it on TV. That way Russia can't spend a year or two rebuilding and buying up military hardware, training conscripts and come back for another invasion of Ukraine. Because otherwise I fear that's exactly what will happen.
NATO Plus Premium.
NATO Plus Premium now with Australians.
Goddammit, there's going to be a subscription, isn't there? Will there be heated seats?
If you don't like the subscription model, you have to watch unskippable NATO equipment ads.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, they might have to come with a NSFW warning. ?
That stands for not safe for Wagner.
Build a NATO base there. A big one. The Don base.
I did my best getting Bingai to come up with essentially a posted for this.
If some neighboring territories become Russian, new territories will become neighboring territories which Putin will require for security until all of Eurasia is Russia. All he deserves is our collective middle finger, and our HIMARS rocket up his ass.
I'm sure China will have a problem with this as they close in on Chinese territory.
Putin is not a rational person.
Frankly, Ukraine isn't getting security guarantees without full NATO support. And NATO won't do that for a country currently embroiled in a war. Russia.
Hasn't there been talks about letting Ukraine join NATO after the war?
Yes, with the key word there being, after.
I think Russia's strategy is going to be to keep Ukraine in a constant state of war until they get someone friendly to Russia back in power again. Knowing that's very unlikely to ever be the case again, Russia's only choice to avoid a future with NATO right on their border is to keep Ukraine in conflict.
Isn't NATO right on Russia's border now? That's essentially unavoidable.
It is.
Yes, because he's been so good at it so far. I'm sure once Ukraine kicks Russia out for good, all 5 soldiers that Putin has left will be ready, raring to go.
He's wanting to recreate the Soviet Union. Dangerous times, man.
The Russian Empire. Putin hates Lenin.
Maybe a dumb question, but why did Putin not expand to Central Asia? I understand he wanted to rush Ukraine so they could join NATO. But the West couldn't protect the other old Soviet countries that are landlocked.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.